I was having a fag outside the DEFRA office when suddenly everything grew dark. Weird colours and explosions filled the sky. I felt very anxious and frightened, so I stood still and waited. A voice came from above. "We have taken over your planet and surrounded it in a force field. Soon you will all be changed from individual human beings with your own feelings and free will to become more like ants who will act like a swarm. This way we can put you to work on many different projects. Not all of these projects will concern cows, but some will. You will notice strange things when this happens. You will feel pain when another human feels pain. You will experience the thoughts of others as if they were your own. You will feel afraid when others feel afraid and sad when they do." I waited. But eventually the sky cleared and everything went back to normal, and my senior manager, Howard Rifkin, appeared. "That was an immersive theatrical experience we paid for you to have, David," said Howard. I was furious. "You have a duty of care. You should not have put me through that frightening ordeal." "Don't worry," said Howard. "It will improve your approach to collaborative working and the way you react to change. Those are the business outcomes." The whole thing was approved by the DEFRA area management team. The DEFRA area management team can go and fuck itself.
How many times do I have to say it? Behind every great man's a great woman. Making you pack lunch, making you go to work, making you see the bigger picture. What's one cow in the great scheme? The problem comes if more cows upend themselves in someone's dinner, but is that likely? Sort out the forms for the farms where posh people come to get at one with nature. Probably just that place on the Kendal bypass where they let you go up through a gap in the milking shed door at heifers having their teeth squeezed. So job's a good one.
The week before, Howard Rifkin called me in to say there'd been a problem with a cow at a working farm at Wobberthwaite. The cow had fallen over onto someone's picnic box and crushed 6 boiled eggs. Who takes boiled eggs on a picnic nowadays? That's not the point, David. This visitor had been asked to take part in a study to see whether the arts could make people happier. That's why she was sent on a trip to the working farm. That doesn't sound like art. Well, at first she was told it was art, and then in the end she was told it wasn't. She was in the placebo group, you see. The group that thought they were taking part, but weren't really. The problem is, because the cow fell over onto her boiled eggs, apparently that made it art, and now the whole experiment is invalid. Well, that's the placebo art problem, I said. Anything can be art if someone says it is. How do I fit in? The cow's paperwork was in a terrible state.
Stuff is stupid idea. I have ideas. Like I said before, behind every great man there is a great woman. Think on that next time I send you out for a pint of milk from the nicer shop. Think of the word nicer when you go to the nicer shop. And think of what a nice time you're having, taking a stroll to get a pint of milk taken from a cow that probably works for you. Think of your boss as a cow that works for you. That'll make you smile. Who has a Sony Walkman in frizz anyway?
The week before, Howard had called me in again. I was driving through Frizzington, where you live, he said, on the way to a pub lunch with my elderly mother, and I saw you walking down the street, and you looked like the world was about to end. You didn't look happy at all. So? Well, everyone knows you work for DEFRA in cattle, and everyone will think that you are unhappy because of your job. Everyone will think that you hate cattle. Can't you smile a bit more while you're walking about, in case anyone important drives past? I could try, or I could stay inside. How about you borrow my Sony Walkman? You could listen to comedy cassettes while you are walking. I don't know. You see, most of the comedy I like is that kind of uncomfortable comedy. The type that makes you squirm more than laugh.
Something's not sat right since you came home and told me you got that job. Apart from me being miserable as sin, I knew from the get-go something fishy was afoot. It was the radio said there's only one boat taking live livestock to the continent, a ship of sheep. Imagine if it ran aground, all those sodden sheep washing up on a beach in France speaking only Cumbrian, and no cows. Not for years, so no cow passports. Miserable or not, get out while you can, I reckon. I told you, behind every great man is a great woman.
When I first got the job looking after cow passports at death row, I was very excited. I imagined all the cows waiting in rows to get through passport control, posing for the man in the little box, taking off their spectacles and hats, and complaining about their photographs. I know, it's nothing like me, is it? They took that right after milking. How did they think I would look? But once I got into the job, I found it was very dull. Until I came up with the idea about the working farm and the boiled eggs. That would be my ticket out.
Behind every great man there is a great woman, and the proof is before us right here, right now. Pizza, special kebab, chicken wings, chips, dips and a bottle of pop from Chattanooga's on the mini roundabout. All thanks to you getting that job cut out of the paper and left on the kitchen table, weighed down with the coveted pointless trophy we got in age concern. If I'd not found the scissors in the pocket of your gardening coat, we wouldn't be sat here now. Meal deal too, your favourite. Mark my words, something good will come of this. Thank you.